I can't wait for my next... What's that, mate? You want me to leave? How about I'll have this last one and I'll be on my way, alright? Because I've just paid for it, yeah? You don't shut for 45 minutes and I'm not going to neck it just because... Well, you want to go get in bed? Do me a favour, pal. Grow up, will ya?
Beware the moon.
Never mind the barman. You know what he's like. Anyway, for last orders today, this is what we're going to be drinking, guys. Yeah, damn. Another one from the Badger Brewery. We've got a rich and fruity ruby ale at 5.7%. I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to it. Alright, I know we've had 2 last orders already. I'm sorry. And I've had a couple, mate. Leave it out. This really is the last one. So basically, we've just tried the broadside beverage, which was like a 6.3%. I'm not gonna lie. God damn, it's hit me. And if you're wondering what these are Snyder jalapeno pretzel pieces. So we've obviously just reviewed some pub snacks. And funnily enough, if you've watched that episode, and I was saying, I feel like, because the beauty of a pub snack, what you want from it is the ability to be able to tie yourself over, suppress the hunger until you leave the boozer and grab yourself a kebab on the way home. And I'll tell you this right now, from a hungry man, these are doing the absolute job on that. Bravo. So, without further ado, let's open this pappy and see what it's made of. Cool little bottle cap. Not really. Oh, bit of smoke. Ooh, I can smell the aroma from here, so that's a good sign already. It's dark. Not as dark as the last one, but it's definitely dark. I might have pushed it a bit hard there, a bit hasty. Can we get it all in there? Harry Potter. Why am I testing the boundaries? What's wrong with me? I can see it's going to overflow, but I can't stop. There we go. There we go. She's in. She's in. She smells lovely. So this is the Badger Cranbourne Poacher Ruby Ale at 5.7% volume. Rich and fruity with damson and licorice. Oh, licorice notes. Okay. So basically, that is there. Arm's length, half an arm's length. I can smell it, fruity. But let's get a real close up and see what's going on. It's pleasant. It's definitely like, do you know what it smells like? Like a fruity fairy liquid. And I know that doesn't sound like a good description, but I don't mean that in a negative way. And I think the difference between this and a porter, so anyone who's followed, I've reviewed a few porters. With a porter, it's almost like they infuse flavours, but when you smell the aroma, it blankets out the fact that it's a beer. Pardon me. So you could be if you close your eyes. The description and analogy I gave, it was like it's like you could be smelling a bar of soap or something. I think with an ale and flavours, it blankets it, but if you really deep it, you can sort of still distinguish the fact that it's a beer, but only just. It smells fruity. Has it got the bitterness to counterbalance this? Cheers, guys. Not much carbonation going on. One finger Whitehead. Wow. Wow. Oh my god, the flavour's still with me. It's lingering. It's not leaving. If I blow out my nose, it's right there. It's made itself present. It's took over my senses. It's got them hostage. It's taken control of them and it's gone, I'm not leaving now. And it's still there now. That's the longest lasting flavour beer I've had. When I talk about the train, from sipping it, the train comes through and then you get all the flavours and the bitterness and the flavours and then the last carriage and then it leaves. This is still there. This is the longest train of a beer that I've had. Only the people who've watched my other videos will know what I'm talking about there. It's still here. But what is that flavour? Do you know what? I can only be honest and give my opinion. And what it's given me is, has anyone ever had like a yogurt like that you have when you're a kid? Almost like a frube, actually. Like, imagine a frube and you just nail it. And there's that aftermath flavour. And it's somewhere between like cherry and strawberry. That's what I'm getting. Literally, it's that powerful as well. There's nothing tame about this flavour. I've reviewed 2 of the Badger ales already, and one of them was the Gold Champion Elderflower, and I didn't like it because the bitterness was too much. They have definitely crafted this particular Ruby Ale a lot better than the Gold Champion. And what I mean by that is that flavour, like their ability to really bring the bitterness through based off the other ones that I've tried as well. They really know how to ignite the bitterness in a beer, in an ale. Like they've mastered the ability to bring out the bitterness. What this does, what the Gold Champion didn't do, the elderflower, for example, we could say, was counteracted the bitterness. It was just all way too much. This has got that fruit like ruby cherry / strawberry flavour, and it's so prominent that even when the bitterness comes through, they counterbalance very nicely. So props to the Badger Brewery for that. It's an artificial flavour. I wouldn't say it was something that grows on a tree. You know what I mean? I mean, it could be, but I just don't think it is. I feel like it's artificial type flavouring. But it's nice. Here's a little bit of history. We're not going to go on a history of the Badger family because we've already been down that road. So this is just a little history on this flavour in particular. Badger Ruby Ale was created by the Hall and Woodhouse Brewery in Dorset, England, as a modern take on traditional British ales. Launched in the late 20th century, it was designed to stand out with its rich red colour and fruity character derived from the additions of berries. So yeah, I suppose I'm saying cherry, I'm saying strawberry. They're just saying berries, so I wonder if it's a combination. Over time, it became one of the brewery's most popular beers. Like I've just said, that doesn't surprise me because the other beers are, well, the elderflower overpowering with bitterness. This is counterbalanced very nicely, so I can see why it's probably one of the, you know, favourites. And to be honest, I would definitely have a couple, but I don't know, like, you know, the bitterness of Badger, even with the counterbalance, it's still right there. It's still right there. You know what I mean? Like, almost overwhelming again, but the just about clinging on with the flavour, the aroma of the berries. Known for balancing malty sweetness with gentle bitterness and a distinctive berry aroma, helping introduce a wider audience to fruit-infused ales while keeping strong ties to classic English brewing methods. Sort of does sound like what I'm describing, to be fair, so maybe that's their goal. Maybe this is a target audience who likes a bit of beer, you know what I'm saying? But also a bit of beer with a sweetness, because I suppose when we've reviewed like the Banoffee Stout, for example, one of the things we said was the problem is it's so sweet, it's not got the bitterness to challenge it. So therefore, you can not drink many of them. So I suppose the opposing side of the spectrum to that would be to make something with a lot of bitterness that you can still give a sweet flavour to, but it's not going to become sickly because the bitterness is there. But for me, with this Badger, it just feels like you've tried. It's really at the other end of the spectrum. Like, you can't go any further with it. Like, this is the bitterness. Here's the no bitterness flavour porter. Here's the overwhelming bitterness flavour ale. You can't go any further. They've really nailed the bitterness. We're at ground zero with it, you know what I'm saying? Which I suppose is a gap in the market. And it is nice, and even when I've just sipped it then, you are hit with the initial berries, and the berries, they hang around. And that's what I'm saying, they've done that very well, because where it's so bitter, the berries linger for so long that by the time that the train's passed, they've got away with it. You know what I mean? What are these saying with a flavoured ale? What a pub snack. What's a pub snack? Do they go? Not as well as the Broadstone, but you do go. They're definitely conflicting. What's the bottle say? Enigmatic, rich and full-bodied. The ruby ale holds a catchy of complex flavour with notes of wild fruits, licorice and chocolate malt. Chocolate malt? Don't know about that. Yeah. It's, I'd probably say the best badger that I've tried. Would I go and get loads of them? Probably not. If I had a pub, well, I've got a pub, but if I had like a few taps and someone said, look, you've got to put one of the badger ales on one of the taps, so choose which one you're going to be putting on there. Absolutely, it would be this one. I'm just trying to give you an insight, and I'm trying to find multiple avenues to shrink it down and close it so that you absolutely understand what's going on in this glass. I'm also just chilling at the pub as well. You know what I mean? Having a few pretzels. You're here with me. I hope you've got a drink. Cheers if you have. Yeah, just having a few of these pretzels, a couple of beverages. It's Sunday. I'm back at work tomorrow. You know what I mean? Round and round and round and round and round and round we go. But it's these little moments that you just gotta stop and smell the berries and enjoy. And that's where I'm really trying to put my mentality when I'm trying this, because ultimately, if you're just going to the boozer and drinking anything, you're an alcoholic. If it's every day. Are you not? I don't know, maybe. But if you go in every now and then and you're enjoying what's in the glass, surely that's a different sort of, what's the word? Like intake of alcohol consumption. Like acknowledging the craftsmanship, the brand, crediting the supplier, the creator of what it is you're consuming. And that's what I'm really trying to investigate on this channel. And them pretzels, if you haven't got these and you can't get them in your local supplier, jump on the internet and get some. If I went into a boozer and found this, I know if I went into a boozer and they were hung up, I'd be going to give some of them. But if I went into a boozer and found this, what would I really be saying? I mean, it's going down nicely. It's carbonated nicely. I just feel like it's too much. Like, the reason I'm dragging this episode out is because I'm trying to get through it to see if my opinion changes, because we drank on the Broskies edition episode. What was it? It was a salted caramel stout. Feakston's, I think the brown was. And at first we were really like, oh, it smells like sick. But as we started making our way through it, we acclimatized and it ended up getting a really good score. So that's why I'm sort of keeping you a little bit longer, because I don't just want to give you like me initial, oh, that's what it tastes like, and then what happens if it gets better? But I've got to be honest, this isn't. When I tried that other one, I was like, oh no, I'm gutted. We haven't got any more. But I haven't got any more of these, but I'm not gutted. For the craftsmanship, I wouldn't say they nailed it. I'd say they've done a good job. It's getawayable. It's probably got a cult following of casual drinkers who haven't really gone down the rabbit hole like what I'm doing, and therefore have gone, oh yeah, the Badger's Ruby's really nice. But as far as like beer enthusiasts go, I don't think that this is winning any awards. But at the same time, it's good. So for that reason, I'm going to give it 7.4 out of 10. That's all I've really got for you, I'm afraid. Mr. Badger. Pretty cool labelling. Looks the part. Cool name. Bit of a fraud. Am I allowed to say that? Well, I just did, so I guess I'm allowed to say it. But yeah, if you've tried this, let me know what you think in the comment section. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and remember, beware the moon. Beware the moon.